Hey everybody, welcome to the Growthentic Podcast. I'm Shane here with my co-host Sam Lee.
All right. It was a short and sweet one today. Shane's doing a little bit of traveling, but he was able to squeeze in some time for us. The quick takeaways from today's episode: community, how important it is to put yourself out there, to be genuine with where you're at, and not being afraid to ask for help at times. I think the second big theme was the trajectory of your business. At times, you might be putting in so much and not getting anything in return, but just stick with it. I'm living proof of it. Shane's living proof of it. There is an inflection point that comes where you see the fruits of your labor. So just stick with it. And yeah, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Yep, hope you enjoy.
Hey, Shane.
Hey Sam, how's it going?
It's going well, man. Where you at? You're definitely in a different spot right now.
Yes, I am not in the great studio at home. I'm actually out at the airport here in Allentown getting ready to head out on a ski trip that I do annually with some friends. So we're just getting that going. I'm actually on a delay right now. So life throws you lemons sometimes, and you got a choice. You can either let it make your day sour, or you can make some lemonade. So we're making some lemonade, getting a little work done, getting a podcast in that we didn't think we were going to get it done. But guess what? We don't miss a day around here.
No, we don't. And amen, brother, to taking what life gives you and making it sweet, man. I'm all for that. I mean, we kind of alluded to it the last time we spoke. I was in survival mode, couldn't predict what was going to happen in my day to day. But I just appreciate your time, man, just taking some time out in your hectic schedule today to bring hopefully some value. It won't be as long as our typical episodes run for, but hopefully, through our updates and just catching up, we're able to dish out a few valuable tidbits to not only one another, but to all those listening in.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a little different format here on the go and a little shorter, but maybe that'll be something that folks like, and we may look to adopt that going on in the future. But yeah, for sure. Why don't we start on some updates on your side?
Yeah, man. It's been a pretty quiet couple of weeks since the last time we spoke, or at least recorded, which has been really nice. And when I say quiet, it means I've had some time dedicated to just doing deep client work, which always feels nice. Obviously, continuing to like settle into a new place, but no like huge curveballs for the last couple of weeks, which has been really nice. Reintroduced working out and running, so I've gotten back to like my usual day-to-day grind, which has been just a nice, like comforting place to be back in. But otherwise, I think like the big theme for the last couple of weeks for me, as far as like personal updates goes, is this idea around community. I can't thank you enough about just inviting me to one of your communities that you're a part of, where it's just a lot of founders, a lot of just lifelong learners as well, centered around the topic of AI. And in addition to that, I also joined another AI community, much more centered around search, organic search, traditional search, and AI search. So I've been really appreciating the mind sharing and kind of some of the working sessions that I've been a part of, to not only validate like what I'm doing, but really learning from other people that are doing it as well. Yeah, really, the last couple of weeks have been a lot of just learning new things, joining new communities, getting to know new people, and I would highly recommend, whether it's a new topic that you're trying to learn more about, or an industry that you've been in for over a decade. It certainly helps, especially in today's day and age when so many people are working remote, leveraging the technology that we have, simple things like community platforms. It's been really, really fun just to sit next to other folks and just talk about things.
Wow, talk about serendipitous. It's wild because just yeah, connecting with people and our discussions. And guess what? This week I started another new book. I got two new ones in the queue right now. The first one is Find Your People. It's a little bit of a different book for me. It is something I think my wife got a while back, but I decided just to open it up and start reading it on Audible while I'm driving around, and I guess listen to it. The interesting part there is it's a lot about community. It's also a bigger faith-based book, which is a little different for me. I typically don't play in that sphere, if you want to put it that way, but I'm also not opposed to it. I'm just a learner of all religions and things like that. So, reading this book is eye-opening, and I like to take the pieces that I can from it. And despite all of that, the big piece there was around community and finding people, and that for basically the existence of mankind, it's all about community. And we have moved further away from that after the Industrial Revolution, and especially now with AI coming and cell phones and remote work. I had a light bulb moment where I thought, you know what? Although we are moving away from being in person together, which I always love, but there is this sense of community that you can create virtually, and I've felt that same energy when we're on mastermind groups together, we're on our calls together, we're recording our podcast, we're interacting with people out in the world, and yeah, finding your people and your communities is such a big unlock. Just talking to people about what they're doing and what they're seeing, because there's so many people out there in the same situation or similar situation as you, and you can help one another, and you're only one conversation away from unlocking the next step in your dreams and aspirations.
Totally. And even outside of like from a business perspective, I think having that communal bond, whether it's with friends, family, like that's such an important piece of being an entrepreneur. Like we love the grind so much that you often forget to like take a step back and appreciate what's really important. Like last night, it was my mom's birthday, had family all around us, went to screen golf, then we went to dinner. Yes, part of me is always like, I want to maximize my day for my business, for the future of my business. But you have to take a step back and really appreciate and spend that time with friends and family. Like that's such an important piece as a human, that you need to prioritize at times. And I think that's kind of what you're doing this weekend too, right? You're traveling, your annual
Yep.
ski trip, snowboarding trip. That is all like really positive energy that can really energize you in all areas of your life. So definitely take some time out. It's not always about 24/7 grinding about your business. Every week or even every day, you should take time out to form those bonds with not only business partners and business related communities, but within your own tribe as well.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And my coaching program, they always say, your vibe attracts your tribe. And so as you're looking to either enhance your life or make a change, if you're putting out those energies and those vibes out there of what you want to be or where you want to be or what you want to do, you got to surround yourself with people who are already doing that. And another little quick one is like, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. And it's been amazing going to my coaching program as well as the new Mastermind AI and just talking, connecting with so many people on a business level and on a personal level, being surrounded with people who are really leveling up and are at that next level. And it just brings energy and frequency into your life and helps accelerate, get you where you want to go for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how when you said that the word community, I was like, oh my goodness, just started a book on that, and it's all about that. And another piece from the book that I enjoyed so far is this thought and belief that you don't need to be in completely independent and like perfect. It's actually being needy and being real and putting yourself out there and asking people for help. You'll create a stronger community because people want to engage with people that are, going through life, and life's not always easy and there's struggles, and that bond really strengthens the sense of community both personally and professionally. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and be real when you're doing that. You don't need to put out this projection of some perfect life for people to want to hang out or like you or support you.
For sure, for sure. Don't do it alone. Don't be afraid to be authentic. Definitely resonates with me. What about you, man? How's the last couple of weeks been for you?
It's been great. Holy cow. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks since we shot the last episode, and things have just been on a rocket ship. The other piece that I'll throw in this week is reading the book Atomic Habits. Shout out to my brother who got the hard copy book for me for Christmas, and I just started that. That's my nightstand book that I read before bed, and I'll tell you what, I'm probably like 15 pages in, and it's got me sucked in. It is so good. So many great points. And the big one there that kind of summarizes my last couple weeks and months is this thought of like your your advancement should be linear in your mind. Like, at least for me, that's what I thought. And, you put in the work, you're doing sales and marketing, trying to build the business and get clients, and you think like a one-to-one input, you should get some feedback from that. Well, it's actually more of like an exponential curve where it starts out, a lot of people will talk about it as a hockey stick style growth curve. And so you don't see a lot of movement, and then all of a sudden you hit this point and it's like bam. And so we're entering into that period now where we've got numerous clients, we've got tons of proposals going out, and we're starting to figure out what's our hiring trajectory and strategy look like to handle all the work. So it's ramping up, and we're putting the strategy in place, and it's getting really fun. We've got a couple verbal contracts signed, and then should have a few more contracts by next Friday. So it's exciting times right now, and just really grateful and looking forward to getting away a little bit to reset the mind, and then come in and have a nice spring ahead of busy work, and also just focusing on the weekends with the family, and really trying to be regimented with our schedule and keep as close to a balancing point as we can.
That's so exciting, man. And then to kind of put you on the spot, man, like when do you think the right time, when do you think will be the right time for you to start hiring someone? Or do you already kind of subcontract work out?
Yeah, great point. So, I'm a huge buy back your time fan and practitioner. So there's a lot of principles in there around owning, operating, starting a business where you don't lose the rest of your life and throw things way out of whack as a founder. And so that feeding into my strategy, it sets the foundation, and really we're looking at right out of the gate, there's a principle called the buyback ladder. The first rung on that ladder is hiring an EAVA type person, an assistant, to handle right out of the gate, just do your email and your calendar and manage that type of stuff, as well as other administrative stuff. Like, the more stuff you can give them, the better. And that really just frees up your time and energy to focus on actual delivery work, sales and marketing. So, probably within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we'll have some type of EAVA on our team supporting us, probably part-time, and be managing Mary and my calendar, as well as probably my email, just back and forth to filter and then help identify what's important and what I need to put input on. So that's right out of the gate. And then we're thinking the next rung up on the ladder is delivery. So I do utilize subcontractors as much as possible right now. But if we get to a point where there's a good fit for a utility player type person, then we'll be looking at bringing them on either part-time or full-time. I'm thinking by the summer. So.
Man, that's so. And just for the listeners, EAVA, could you let them know what that stands for?
Great point, because I've been in it now for a while. But executive assistant or virtual assistant, there's so many different offerings out there. The virtual ones are typically outside the country, although they can be in the country, but there's definitely a cost advantage to utilizing folks outside of the country. And I know a lot of founders and business owners who utilize EAs in person, EAs remotely, as well as BAs remotely overseas, and all have success. It's just a matter of kind of like what shoe fits the best for you. And so we're going to start going down that path and engaging with a few folks that I know who there's agencies or firms that all they do is just matchmaking basically for EAs and BAs and placing them. So we're going to get started on that probably next week.
That's so awesome, man. And has a lot of parallels to what I've been working on from a professional side in terms of scaling. You and I have talked about why I haven't subcontracted any work. When I started the consulting business, one of the things that really drained me prior to that was having to manage people. I was great at it, but it didn't really energize me. So the last couple of years, I sold the deal, I did the deal, but now I'm at this point where I've hit all my goals. And so the last couple of weeks, I've been spending some time thinking about what is the kind of next generation of my consulting business, and do I even want a next phase in this? Because truth be told, I'm at a pretty good place right now. I could just let this thing ride and be in a pretty good spot. but I wanted to set a bit of a higher goal. And so I've been noodling with the idea of scaling, and I have these like different tiers: an aggressive, a conservative, and a moderate scale kind of model that I've built out right now. And yeah, I think I'm getting to the point where I may bring on a subcontractor. That way I can, like you said, buy back my time, spend more time on things that energize me, that command a higher rate, and allows me to take on more clients. And that all comes back to my why. And my why for my consulting business is to help as many people and as many businesses out there with the value and the expertise that I have. So similar to you, as far as hiring the next 4 to 6 weeks for an EAVA, I'm going more the route of hiring someone from a delivery standpoint. And so I had a conversation last week with someone that I've worked with for the last 7 years prior to starting my business. So there's a lot of trust and rapport already built, not a lot of kind of people managing to do there, just slotting in and taking over some of those day-to-day things that command a lower rate, and also is something that she would want to do. So it's kind of a win-win scenario. So pretty exciting to think about the positions that we're in right now, to be able to think about bringing on subcontractors or a net new hire, or even an agency that helps out with more administrative things. Super, super exciting. And I think there's probably a topic in the near future around just how to hire, like the interviewing process, because it's so much more costly to have to fire someone than it is to take the time to hire the right person. So I think there's a lot of rigor that needs to go in there. There's probably a lot of skills that and techniques that will amass in the coming weeks if we don't have those skills already, and it's probably worthwhile to share that with the audience as well.
Yeah, definitely. I would love that. Having gone through quite a few of interviewing and seeing different personnel cycles in a management role, and then now heading into an ownership role where I'll be doing similar activities, but it's way more impactful to our business. The framework for searching, finding talent, and then also bringing them in and how to work with them initially and find the good fits. Luckily have some guidance there from my coaching program and some books that I've read over time. So yeah, I think we'll definitely tee that up as a topic here in the next couple months as we're looking towards hiring. And we could even start with this. I can go through the full buyback ladder principle and like who you would hire first, and then the order of those hires, and then we can get into the process of searching for talent, finding talent, and then hiring and retaining talent. The piece that I've seen most companies struggle with is the retention part, and I think there's a lot left out there for people desiring more fulfilling roles and places to work. So that could be a whole nother topic someday as well. Once we get people hired, how do you retain them?
Right, right. It's going to be a whole other piece of the puzzle. When you're just starting out, you're the boss, you're the employee, you're everything in between, and in some ways you have control over everything, which might feel really comforting. But once you start thinking about hiring, it's a whole other area of the business that you now need to manage. But when done correctly, and done with empathy, like we talked about a couple of weeks, and just being a people first person at the end of the day, it can become one of your biggest superpowers and the biggest strengths of your business, to be kind of a lean, mean machine, as they say. So really looking forward to it. It certainly feels like we are on a very exciting trajectory right now, where we're looking to grow, and we have kind of the pieces to do so. So I'm really excited about what the next few months has in store for us.
Yeah, definitely, and it's kind of good timing with the start of the unofficial spring here, heading towards March, and then at least where we're located in the Northeast, with warmer weather, some sunshine, and being able to get outside. So it really feels like a rebirth of the of the year here, heading into just a more energetic state after coming out of a long, harder winter than we've had in the past. I'm really excited about that, and it's been fantastic this past week to even spend some time to get out with the kids after work and after they're home from school and be able to play again. And it makes such a big difference in the mental state. So all things are positive and energy's increasing. It's an exciting time. And yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce off. I gotta head over to get on my flight, but it was great to catch up and get this one in. And I think my closing take here would be two pieces. One is community and finding your people. You got to really think about not only your mindset and where you want to go, but the people who are going to be able to help get you there, because you're really ultimately a reflection of the five, they say, the five people you spend the most time with. So think about that. And then the second part is with anything that you start, whether it's going to the gym, working with your kids, a business, you got to get through that first period where it's like no growth, like it's pretty stagnant. And you're doing all that work and you're not seeing a lot of things moving. The weight on the scale's not moving. The weights in the gym are not moving like you want them to. And then you hit this period and you're going to hit that hockey stick exponential part. And then that's where it really starts to take off and it gets fun and the energy builds exponentially and you get that momentum going. But yeah, it's from a physics standpoint, to me, it's really about just breaking that stationary static force and getting into the kinetics side and getting momentum going. And then once you got it, it's a lot easier to keep that momentum going.
I'll double down on everything that Shane just said. I am living proof of it. 2023, I experienced exactly what he's talking about. And I think in 2025, I'm going to start experiencing it again as I look to growing my business into its next phase. So I hope you guys all continue to follow along. It was a short but sweet one today. But yeah, Shane, have a lovely trip. Hope you get to disconnect, re-energize. You deserve it. And congrats again with all the great news around your business picking up a lot of good steam in the last couple of weeks, man. Really, really proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah, likewise with you and everything going on. And it's like an exciting time in the SEO space. Just today, I used the quick AI tidbit there. I just used the ChatGPT deep research function for the first time. And wow, I mean, SEO is going to get flipped upside down in the best way ever. It's a new way of thinking about things. And yeah, so I'm excited to have a little bit of, when we got some more time on the next episode, maybe you can give us a little bit of your lay of the land of what that might look like for those in the SEO space / having a business that they want to, be ranking not only on Google search, but now trying to navigate how to rank within AI search.
Yeah, I mean, it's two pronged, right? It's a threat to traditional search, but it's
Yep.
also this brand new superpower that SEO people can utilize to be successful in traditional and in the new day of age in terms of generative AI search. So there's so much to talk
Yeah.
about there. I talk about it every single day with all of my clients and just anyone that I interact with. So yeah, I think there's a lot that we can unpack there and share with our audience. And yeah, looking forward to that one.
A little teaser for next week, some deep technical with AI infusion, and then we'll get into some personal, professional growth stuff as well. So that's exciting.
Perfect. All right, man.
Thanks,
Well, it's
everybody.
good to catch
Thanks,
up.
Sam.
Yep. Thank you all. See ya.
Peace.